So in this video here, I'm going to go over all the equipment that I use, whether it's for my listing, but also my YouTube creation, and how much I paid pretty much for all this equipment that I have built up using this, understanding that I did have a business, that I was working in the real estate business for web development, and I was a Microsoft partner at one point, working as a freelance kind of developer with Microsoft. And so I had all this equipment. And so, like I said, I just want to create this video to kind of give you an idea of everything that I paid for when it came to amount that it cost me to run a professional looking YouTube channel. If you guys are inspiring YouTube creators, it is important also to make sure that you have the right equipment in order to create professional videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here, and I'll work my way left to right, and I will also work the cost of everything that I have paid and the total cost of what it's costing me also to run the application subscriptions that I use currently on my Mac, and also the other subscriptions for music. So starting off here, this is a Mac Pro laptop. This here cost me roughly around $2,500. All right, next up, this is a gimbal for my camcorder, which I'll show you in a minute. So with the camcorder here, with this gimbal, I ended up buying this, and I'm gonna leave a link in this video description of all the things that I've bought, to include links to Amazon, so you can be able to see exactly how much this exactly cost. But for the most part, I bought an adapter. This is a quick release adapter here that goes on the gimbal to be able to fit my camcorder, because normally for this type of gimbal you use a DSLR camera, but because I'm using a actual camcorder, I had to get this adapter, otherwise there wouldn't be enough clearance. And brand new, these are going for $400, and I got this on Facebook Marketplace for $200. Next up, I haven't done any shots with my drone. I usually use my drone for personal videos, but I have been thinking about doing like flybys when I walk into a thrift store, kind of for an intro. And this here is an Evo drone, and I'll show you as I'm explaining how much these are. These are at Best Buy, I believe around $1,100. It comes with the remote, and there's an app too. I've flown these in Germany and all over the world. But I mean, the battery life is not so great. That's why I ended up buying a second battery when I went to Costa Rica on my honeymoon. So understanding that, you know, this is a hefty investment, but making sure that you have a beefy laptop to be able to run everything. All right, next up is going to be a GoPro Session 7. So this is a 720 right here. And these are roughly running around $200, $150, $200. This here is a GoPro Session 5. This is a little more older model, but brand new. These were around $350. All right, so forgive me for the light, but this is a Sony 4K. If you can see the model there, it's an FDR AX33. And with this camera here, this is what I normally shoot all my videos with. I have a microphone, if you look over here. So this is a blue micro microphone. These brand new go around $120, $130. And like I said, I'll leave a link for everything that I use or on Amazon, and you can be able to check the links out there. As I mentioned with the microphone, I don't really use this unless I'm in the garage. I do shoot with this microphone here. This is kind of a cheap microphone that I just connected to this, so that way it can pick up better sound with the acoustics. But although the camera on this isn't that bad as far as the microphone, but I just prefer using a regular mic to be able to amplify the sound. So a lot of the videos that you see me with, I have this here. This is a Sunpack light, and this is also, I use this for my photography when it comes to my stuff on my actual postings here. So that's what I use, and I mean it changes bright colors, as far as you can change the ambient of the lighting to extremely bright to the brown, and you can see here, and I don't want to kill the battery. But this is what I do use. I am eventually going to get a actual ring light, but right now I don't need it because I'm doing pretty well with these videos. And then here, of course, are my tripods. So Manfrotto, I have 2 of these. This is kind of an older model here. And I mean, like I said, I bought these for about $80 a piece. I've had these for quite a while. And so I don't really, these cost me about $80 to $100 a piece. And then on top of here, I have a Sunpack cell phone that I usually use for my pictures. So the phone that I'm currently recording on is one of my old Samsung Note 8s. And I love it because I don't need a button for it. All I need to say is capture or smile, and it will automatically take the picture. And then from here, this was from my old DSLR camera that I had. I had an external flash, but I use this to be able to mount this here. And so it kind of works out really well. And then moving on to my computer over here, I've had this computer here for quite a while. And if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, full-time, I am a network engineer. So this is why I have a lot of stuff, you know, when it comes to electronics, but also though, too, I had a business. I was running an actual LLC with my computer programming business that I was running for the real estate industry around here in El Paso. So this is understanding, this is why I have all this stuff here. But one of the things that I do use, if you watch my videos, I have an application which called XSplit Video Broadcast. And what that program does is pretty much allows me to screen capture the products or whatever I'm doing on YouTube for you to be able to see it without it, you know, using my phone or my camera. So, but otherwise, other than that, other things that I do use is I do use Adobe Creative Cloud, which is $20 a month. If you are a student, you do get this for $20 a month. I had a student ID from a long time ago and they still let me use it. So I'm not complaining because I get all these apps, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Premiere Pro, that's what I use to create my videos. After Effects, I'll do things with text and everything else. I used to use Character Animator, but I kind of stopped. Adobe Audition, so this is what I use for all my voiceover and everything else. And then Media Encoder I use for to render. So all the movies that are being made in Premiere Pro get converted from a .movie to a to MP3 or I'm sorry, MP4 movie format to be able to upload on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. So, and then other than that, other subscriptions that I do use are SoundCloud, and I'll do a segment on this once I get done filming here. But SoundCloud, free pics, and there's a couple other services that I do use in order to create the content that I create. Go over real quick just the subscriptions that I pay monthly, just to start this off here. The first thing that I have that I subscribe to, so the music that you hear in my YouTube videos is coming from Soundstripe. So a lot of the music that you do acquire, if it's not licensed, YouTube will dock you and come after you pretty much. So making sure that if you do use background music, I do enjoy background music in other videos because it keeps me engaged. And I switch music up in my videos if you notice. So that way that it keeps the attention of the viewer from being distracted or wanting to come off the video. So for this here, I pay $21 a month. I have all the sound effects, everything else, and I've had this subscription since I had my business. So this is the reason why when I transitioned my business to reselling, that's why I kept this premium account, and I enjoy it. Like I said, I put all my music, it's all integrated into my Adobe Pro Premiere, so that way I just have an extension, and when I want to pull a music into it, I just do it by throwing the music right into it, and I'll show you on the screen what I do. All right, next up, I take a lot of pictures as far as premium pictures, Adobe Illustrator, PSD files, whatever you name it. I use this premium account. I have the 12-month value for $8.25. So a lot of my logos, pretty much anything, banners, whatever the case may be, this is where I get it from, is free pick. And like I said, it's $8.25. It's $99 every year. And like I said, you know, I had this when I had my business, but the thing was that you know, me being a YouTube creator, I figured that this was the best route to go. And last but not least is the Adobe Creative Cloud. So I am still a registered student with AMU, American Military University. So having my credentials, I am able to have it at $19.99 a month. Otherwise, you would be paying a $52.99 a month for all of this that you see here. But for students and teachers, this is what I get, and I love it. I mean, it's great because that's what I use everything for, which right now I am using Adobe Audition in the background. So a lot of times you see the sound bar going up and down. That's my Adobe Audition running on my far screen that you see on my computer when I'm doing videos. So like I said, this was just kind of a quick video of my cost that I pay for when it comes to all the equipment that I use for my YouTube channel to create professional videos. You would think that the amount of money that I spent on all this equipment, I would have more subscribers, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So I'm okay with that. And I'm still kind of brand new to the reselling community. But when I try to compare myself to other YouTubers that are successful, I think I do create pretty good looking videos, but I know that I can do better. And that's what I try to do now is I try to create content that is professional looking, but also drives content to people that want to be able to watch my videos. So I don't just push out videos day by day. I try to take my time editing the videos to make sure that it flows from point A to point B, and that way you get the information that you need watching the video, but also being able to be entertained while watching the videos itself. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to hear from you soon.